Lionsbridge came out. They played the ball around the park really well. It was more physicality from Evergreen FC that ended up getting the goal in the end. They just kept playing the ball forward, and after many chances, they ended up getting the goal in the very end, which was unfortunate for Lionsbridge FC.
Obviously, Lionsbridge thinks that they've deserved two wins on the road, two draws, obviously better than a couple of losses, but two 1-1 draws against teams by the way of the Evergreen SC and North Carolina U23 squad down in Cary, North Carolina. I talked to one of the players on this squad a couple of weeks ago at the Tradition Brewing Company. They had a meet and greet with the players, and they mentioned after their opener they felt they deserved the win. They felt they played hard enough for a win and just couldn't put together a full 90 minutes of soccer, and they look to do so tonight here at Pomoco as they look to pick up 3 points tonight as they've got two and sit right in the middle of the Group G standings here in the PDL. And we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back for an actual live time in 3 minutes. Sound good, Mike? Roll Tide. Try to make it a conversation between the two of us, but we're gonna have a good time. All right, Austin, Julian, Mike Santamoro, Austin Urge, Christian Urge. Good to go in 30. It's just about 7 o'clock on the peninsula here in Newport News, and it's time for Premier Development League Soccer. I'm Robert Smith, joined by Patrick Garber and a whole slew of production crew here at Pomoco Stadium for the highly anticipated opener for Lionsbridge FC as they take on the second half of the Commonwealth Cup, the second leg, rather, of the Commonwealth Cup against Evergreen FC. The Hammers coming from Leesburg, Virginia. These two teams faced off about 10 days ago on Cinco de Mayo, and they came out of that contest up in Leesburg, Virginia with a 1-1 draw. It was a tight game as Jalon scored first, and then later in the game, AJ Shita scored in the 90th minute to tie that one up. It was a devastating tie for Lionsbridge, but they're back in action, looking to avenge that and pick up 3 points here at Pomoco. And like I said, I'm Rob Smith, joined by Patrick Garber. Patrick, first and foremost, welcome to the broadcast. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you today, Rob?
I am well. It is a beautiful day as of now for soccer. We'll talk a little bit about that first leg of the Commonwealth Cup in just a second. But first and foremost, The weather has been, I guess the forecast rather, has been grim all day, and so far so good. We saw a little bit of rain around noontime Eastern here at Pomoco Stadium, but so far it's been a pretty beautiful afternoon. There is rain in the forecast, but it's been pushed back farther and farther into the weather forecast today. 8 o'clock, looking at 50%, 9 o'clock looking at 50%, and then it picks back up to 70% at 10 o'clock. So there's a chance, we were worried all day that we weren't going to get this broadcast in.
Yeah.
But it looks like we're going to get it in. It looks like rain or shine, they're going to be playing. But talk about how weather might become an issue tonight, Patrick.
Okay, so with the weather, let's see. It rained earlier. We don't know how the pitch is gonna hold up today. The players, we don't know how they're gonna play on this pitch. They have not played a single game of soccer on this field before, so this is going to be interesting. Basically, if let's see, these guys probably wearing longer studs today, metal studs, not normal, just so they can get better grip on the pitch.
And as both sides come out to the pitch for the first time in their starting uniforms, we'll go ahead and give you starting lineups in just a moment. But took a stroll around the pitch this afternoon. It was a little bit saturated earlier in the day, but this is a football field that has a pretty good drainage for sure. And things were relatively saturated, but not necessarily terrible. And if the rain does pick up, it may make this pitch just a little bit quicker than it already is. Playing on short grass today, and this field is looking pristine, as pristine as it can be, being as it's coming off a pretty cold springtime, and as we head into the later parts of spring, rather, the grass is still picking up life. And most of those brown spots you see are sand underneath the grass, and that comparts most of that drainage. And as they continue to do the starting lineups for Lionsbridge and Evergreen, we will give you the starting sides for both. So starting for Evergreen in goal, it'll be Connor Andrews, number 00, and then they have a slew of defenders: Connor Vasquez, number 5, then Sam Edoung-Biyo, Paul Milner, and Sean McKenna in the back line. And then Patrick, I'll have you talk about the way they set up the rest of this forward line in just a moment, as we'll step away for the national anthem. We'll be right back. You're watching Lionsbridge FC's opening match on Facebook Live. And welcome back to the broadcast. Lionsbridge FC in their home opener today. The Pride will take on the Hammers of Evergreen FC. And we talked already about the defensive lineup for Evergreen. Now we'll talk about the offensive group: Brandon Clegg, Tyler Clegg, the goal scorer AJ Sheeta, as well as Lewis Long, number 17, and Bambad Chunga, as well as in the forward spot, number 7, it'll be Mo Jawara. And Patrick, why don't you talk briefly about this group, as they've got 4 defenders and their keeper, but it looks like they're setting up with 5 midfielders, 1 forward. How do you think they plan on setting up today against Lionsbridge?
Okay, so basically from warm-up, it looked like they were probably going to go with 2 holding midfielders. We have yet to see who those holding midfielders are, and then we'll have 3 guys in front of them, mainly as attacking midfielders, wingers, and then we'll get a forward up top in Mo Jawara. who is actually very, very quick, as Lionsbridge found out in the first game.
So Jawara, a quick forward. Sheeta, the goal scorer, right behind him in the forward spot. As for Lionsbridge FC, their starting lineup looks like this. On the defense in goal today, it'll be number 1, Joe Rice, a 6'3" man out of VCU. Going to get the nod today in goal. In front of him, defenders number 22, Josh Spencer, will be back left. Austin Matthews to the right of him. The defender, Austin Matthews, a 6-foot man out of UNC Greensboro. To his right, Tom Devitt out of Newcastle, England. And then Ritchie, Duffie, number 16, will be the last man on that line of defense. Moving forward from left to right as the midfielders, Ivan Militar from Hungary will be the man on the front left side. Fortia Munts, number 24 for the Lionsbridge FC, will be up there in the midfield as well. Joining him, Simon Fitch, and number 23, James Ellis out of Chesapeake, Virginia. And then rounding out the group, Max Poelker from Longwood University, the Yorktown local, stands at 5'7", 145. And then the goal scorer coming from Christopher Newport University at 5'10", 165. It's Jalon Brown. So it looks like Lionsbridge will get the ball first. Jalon Brown kicks it off, and away we go. Lionsbridge soccer has officially begun here in Newport News. Beginning with the ball, Militar. Militar pushes it forward, and Lionsbridge continuing to, or looking to maintain possession here early in the contest. Looks like throwing the ball in will be number 22, Joseph Spencer. No, he'll toss it on to 15, Austin Matthews. Matthews now out of ECU, tosses it forward, tries to get it inside and looking for Brown. Brown looking for somewhere to go, shoots, and is stopped by Connor Andrews. So Lionsbridge starting to get the offense rolling early.
Yeah. As you can see there, Militar with a nice little shot, just to get the bridge going, and the crowd going too. There's a lot of people here tonight for the home opener, and they're looking for a bunch of goals tonight.
Certainly tons of people here for a early season soccer match, the second leg of the Commonwealth Cup. We've got a lot to talk about as this Lionsbridge team already playing their first 2 games, coming out with draws in their opening 2 contests, 0-2 their record. I believe they sit right in the middle of their group standings for the Premier Development League. Jalon Brown has 2 goals on the season. He leads this team as the only scorer. As we look for that ball to be sent from the midfield, that looks to be Devitt. Devitt puts it up in the air looking for Militar on the side, and that ball's going to get out of play for...
Looks like a goal kick, Rob.
I would assume it was a goal kick. Militar thought it was a corner, and I'm not sure why, as that ball didn't hit anybody. So Connor Andrews will pick up this goal kick. And
not really sure what is going on down there.
And you'd expect as that ball went out of play that the keeper, Connor Andrews, just has to kick it off. And I think it was Brown.
Brown, yeah.
Brown who went in to kind of challenge him a little bit, as I'm not sure why. It's not necessarily a situation to be challenged. Lionsbridge with the blue uniforms going right to left here in the first half, and the white and neon greens, unfortunate numbers there for us in the press box, going left to right here in the opening frame, are the Evergreen Hammers. Those Hammers got those neon green uniforms, lettering and names on the uniforms. Tough to read from up here, but we will do our best for you at home watching. Thanks for tuning in to the home opener. We've got a great crew bringing it to you. Austin Gregory and the production crew, Mike Santamoro on production, Julian Santamoro on replays today. We've got Austin and Christian Urch, the Urch brothers, on our camera crew, and then Austin Gregory doing in-game video production, as well as the 2 of us here in the booth. Patrick Garber here and Rob Smith as well. That ball in, and good wherewithal there from
Max Poelker. That's good vision. Make sure he didn't give up the goal kick, and you pinned Evergreen back deep in their own half today.
So Poelker now pushes the ball out near the corner. It's going to be a long throw here into number to A.J. Sheeta, and they're not going to get it to him. And Poelker now back with it, and that ball gets cleared. Lionsbridge is going to get it back after it trickles out of play, and throwing it back in for Lionsbridge will be number 22, Joseph Spencer. Now battling with Spencer is, I believe that was 16, Famba Chunga. Spencer puts it back up, and it gets through the midfield. Now going forward for Lionsbridge, number 23, James Ellis. Ellis is there with Munts. It's going to be a throw in here for the Pride. 4 minutes into the contest here. Special shout out to Mike Vest and the rest of the founding crew. I know Mike has been working tirelessly to make sure this home opener went off without a hitch. That ball thrown in, and a dangerous attempt there. Simon Fitch went in, tried to get his head on it, couldn't quite do so, ended up in the net himself. Just a reminder for those of you at home, anytime the Lionsbridge FC scores on a header, everyone in Pomoco Stadium is going home with a coupon for a Chick-fil-A breakfast sandwich. Chick-fil-A is the official sponsor of the Lionsbridge uniforms. Nike, the producer of those uniforms, another sponsor here of Lionsbridge FC. And if you couldn't make it out to the stadium today, there's another home game here on Saturday. As that ball is well into the box, and picking it up is the keeper, Connor Andrews. And Jalon Brown was there, but couldn't quite get there in time. And so far through the first 5 minutes here, Patrick, Lionsbridge has been the team that's been creating the chances that that's offsides here for Evergreen.
Yes, Rob. It was just like the last game too. About 10 days ago when they finished 1-1. It was dominated heavily by Lionsbridge, and Evergreen just ended up getting a really late equalizer after pushing many men forward in the opener of the season for both teams.
They're going to push Joe Rice up here. Rice will have the opportunity to take this free kick for the Pride of Lionsbridge. Rice pushing his team up. Brown back there with Poelker. That ball looking up and into the hands of Connor Andrews. Ball ends up out of play. It'll stay with the Hammers of Evergreen FC. And on a turnover, Poelker's going to get it back, and solid defense by, I believe that was 14, Paul Milner of Evergreen to take down Max Poelker. Poelker slow to get up here.
That looked like a rash challenge to me, Rob. It was like unnecessary challenge more than anything.
And it appeared there on the challenge that he was just trying to clear that ball, and it luckily went off of Poelker. And now Lionsbridge playing back on the defense. Lionsbridge wanting a handball. I don't think they're going to get the call, but the ball was cleared, and so the men in blue will get the ball back. Throwing that one in appears to be Ritchie Duffie. Duffie onward. Physical play there in the midfield. That ball headed away by number 12, Tyler Clegg. Now forward, and possession being held by Lionsbridge. And another man for the home squad going down. A whistle blows, and it was slow to get up, but Fortia Munts, I believe.
It looked like another late challenge there. Evergreen need to be careful early in this match. I know they're trying to be physical and disrupt the play for Lionsbridge, but if they're too physical, they're going to get a card early and not be able to play with 11 men.
The ball cleared once more by the visiting Hammers. Jalon Brown calling for that ball quickly. Ball boy's going to get into Josh Spencer, who throws it into, it was that number 15,
Austin Matthews.
Austin Matthews. Matthews getting direction from the referee. Sits on the track here, waiting to throw. Hurls that one forward with a strong throw off the head of Poelker, and it's in the box. Still bouncing around, pinballing around. Jalon Brown looks forward and it gets cleared momentarily. Going to get a number 24, that is Fortia Munts. And then cleared once more by Evergreen FC, and so the Pride will return possession. Tons of people here for the opener. If you're looking for something to do on Saturday night, would absolutely recommend picking up your tickets. Looks like a lot of fun here. A great community outreach and builder. Is a good play here by Militar. Down low, and Militar pushes into the box. Ball gets cleared, and here comes another Lionsbridge FC opportunity. Going to get it, number 15, Austin Matthews. Matthews will throw it in from the air side. Matthews waits. Matthews sends it up, ball in, and it's in the back of the net! Lionsbridge FC scores! And it's Max Poelker. Does it with his head. 10 minutes into the contest, Lionsbridge is on top.
Yes, Rob, that's a great set piece there by Austin Matthews. Long throw in just over the head of the Evergreen defender. And finally, someone else for Lionsbridge scores other than Jalon Brown, Max Poelker.
Max Poelker puts the bridge on top here. As you look at it, or so I get to look at it one more time. Beautiful throw there by number 15, Austin Matthews. We'll send it to you one more time. Look at that. Beautiful, strong throw by Matthews, and the header from Max Poelker into the back right corner of the net. Nothing the keeper Andrews could do about that. And just like that, Lionsbridge is on the board. And just like that, all the fans here in Pomoco are going home with a free Chick-fil-A biscuit. That's right, every time Lionsbridge FC scores on a header, you come to that game, you're going home with a Chick-fil-A breakfast sandwich. Chick-fil-A is the official uniform sponsor of Lionsbridge FC. That was a beautiful goal and great way to get started here in Newport News with soccer on the peninsula. The Pride get in on early. So now the Pride back on defense. That ball ends up in the hands of Rice. And you saw it a little bit earlier. The throws in from Austin Matthews. It seems like he's going to be the guy that makes those throw-ins on this left side, or on the near side, rather. The far side seems to be Ellis. And another shot on goal, and the Lionsbridge Poelker scores again! Beautiful shot on goal from Max Poelker. Came from the right side. We'll watch it one more time. But what a shot on net. And the Bridge take a lead by 2. One more time as Patrick breaks it down.
You see, Max Poelker played the ball into the box. Evergreen failed to clear the ball, and it looked like Simon Fitch just buried in the back of the net. Easy as that. 2-0 to the Bridge.
So 2 minutes after the first goal, and it's going to be given to Simon Fitch. Fitch, the third now goal scorer here for Lionsbridge. As you know, we were wondering before the game, we talked in pregame, who's it going to be? Is it going to be somebody other than Jalon Brown for once, as you expect eventually teams will start scouting Jalon Brown. He's coming into today's game. He was the only Lionsbridge man to score, but Simon Fitch, the midfielder out of George Washington University.
Ooh, Jamie Ellis almost slipped in Max Poelker right there again. And
another opportunity here for Lionsbridge. Shot on goal, and they score! James Ellis for the Bridge! Wow, just like that, the Lionsbridge FC taking pride in their community. It's a 3-0 ball game.
Okay, so breaking this one down. Evergreen just failed to clear the ball once again. You would think they would learn from their mistakes. Jamie Ellis picks the ball up, beats the defender, and just slots it in the bottom corner. Lionsbridge up 3-0.
So just like that, it's a 3-0 ball game. 13 minutes, just about 14 minutes into the contest, and you mentioned it took some time as another threatening opportunity. Brown's gonna, I believe, win the corner here for Lionsbridge, but it certainly was not the start any of us expected after a 1-1 draw between these two teams just 10 days ago, but I think the home crowd certainly has something to do with it. We'll talk a little bit more about the in-game activities that you can enjoy a little bit later, but wow, what a start here for Lionsbridge. Here comes the corner kick. That ball is up. It's off the head of number 5. That is Tom Devitt, and out of play for the goal kick. We really haven't had much of a lull in the action. Jalen Brown coming into this game was questionable with a hamstring injury, and talked to head coach Chris Whaley before the game, and he said, I think Jalen will be A-okay. And so far it looks to be the case, as Jalen, alongside the rest of his teammates, have really taken to this Evergreen squad. And like they say when it rains it pours. Well, it hasn't quite started raining here, but the Lionsbridge FC has decided to make it pour as that ball is cleared away off the head of the forward for Lionsbridge here. Another throw in to come for Evergreen. Another clear by number 15, Austin Matthews, and out of play. They'll do it again. This ball being thrown back a little farther back to Tyler Clegg, and the defense controls possession there, and they continue to throw this ball in, and they struggle to get possession down low. Looking for Clegg. Clegg trying to get it in, and it ends up out of play for a Joe Rice goal kick. What a start to this game, Patrick. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, most people in the stands definitely weren't expecting this. 3-0 after 15 odd minutes, and it does not look like they're going to slow down anytime soon. The fans are loving it. The players on the field, you can see, are loving it.
We're certainly loving it up here, as it has been a pleasure to see this opener so far, and it looks like a hamstring.
Yeah, that was a hamstring.
As it looks like number 16, Fambad Chunga, pulled up a little bit on the hamstring, and now he's asking for a sub maybe.
Yep.
And he's just going to go down, at least for an injury. And he's certainly not happy with himself. He was hustling down that field, and it is rather humid tonight. I'd expect things like this to happen as they'll ask for a trainer. This is a good time to talk about one of our sponsors, Riverside Medical Group, the official medical group or medical organization of Lionsbridge FC. Keep your teammates, athletes, and kids on the field. Use Riverside Medical Group anytime you need to get checked up on, as Riverside Medical Group keeps these athletes going on the field every day. As going off the field is number 16, Fambad Chunga. Not sure who the sub is going to be. I haven't seen an official sub yet.
That's just unfortunate for Chunga. You see, Evergreen players giving it their all tonight. Does not go in their way, and there's just something else that just does not go their way. And it's really unfortunate to see.
So in comes number 10 for Chunga, and we'll get his name in just a second. Look at our roster. It's going to be Johnny D'Souza for Chunga. So Fambad Chunga's day is over, and it'll be number 10 That is Johnny D'Souza. So D'Souza comes in, and Chunga seemed to be a man of great speed there on the right side. We'll see how that impacts this contest. I'm not sure how D'Souza looks, but D'Souza will have to play the remainder of the contest. Unless Evergreen looks to substitute for him, but each team in the PDL is given 6 substitutions. It's up to them to use them as they please. And Lionsbridge still has all 6 of theirs. Evergreen FC still 5 to go. Don't play timeouts, don't play breaks here in the PDL or really any soccer. For those of you just wondering at home, we don't take breaks. It's just not a thing. And I think that might be an unfortunate reality here for Evergreen, as they certainly could use a breather just to collect themselves, as after that first goal from Max Poelker, or Poelker rather, after that first goal from Poelker, Patrick, it really seemed like the wheels started to come off quick, and then Simon Fitch scored, and it just seemed like there was just no interest in playing much soccer, as that ball was cleared wisely by Joe Rice into the bench of the Pride.
Yeah, Rob. Unfortunately, 2 defensive mistakes after that first goal has put Evergreen in a really, really deep hole that is going to be very hard to get out of.
Nice play here, and a shot on net, and a save by Rice. Great save by Joe Rice on the forward, number 17, Lewis Long. First shot on goal for the day for Evergreen FC comes off the foot of 17. That was Lewis Long. So the ball sent forward, tripping up with Poelker. And I'm not really sure how Long was able to get free. I might want to look at it one more time, but nice job by Joe Rice there in net to have the wherewithal to read the hips. (21-13) into this contest. Evergreen FC has yet to show really any true sign of life. They've had a couple of opportunities here on Rice as that ball skips off the head of Austin Matthews. Matthews will clip it off the forward here for Evergreen, and now it's back to 10. That's D'Souza. D'Souza goes down, he pushes forward, and then it is cleared by Tom Devitt into the stands at Pomoco.
Evergreen starting to come to life just a little. Rob.
A ball in on the forward. Rice is going to have to pick it up before Brandon Chegg can get there, and he does certainly just that. Lionsbridge would like to take a second to thank its sponsors, or its top partners, Mosquito Joe, Tradition Brewing, and Whole Foods Market, each of which contributing valuably to the community as well as to the Lionsbridge Football Company. Playing a little bit of kickball here as neither team can maintain a lengthy bit of possession. I'm sure head coach Chris Whaley is happy with the way his team has started so far tonight. About 23 minutes into this one. We still have 22 left in the opening half. The impending weather has so far been held off, so far so good as far as rain is concerned. Not looking for any of it until about 8 o'clock, which is roughly when we will be sitting around halftime. So we'll know more about the weather going into the second half when it should be about 50% chance of rain. But so far it's been sunny, and I was going to say sunny skies. It's been sunny with a touch of clouds up in the sky. The clouds have skipped around. Here comes the ball in from, I believe that's 8 Militar. Or is it 5 Devitt? Regardless of who it is, it gets rejected by Evergreen FC, and here they come in the counterattack. I believe that is Jawara.
That's great defensive work there by, I think that was Munts, and he almost finds Max Poelker over the top.
Here it comes now, looking for Brown. Brown goes down hard, and Brown's going to ask for some help here.
I'm actually kind of surprised that was not given as a foul, Rob.
Well, it looks like the officials tonight are going to let the boys play. The head referee says to Tyler Chege, no more of that please and thank you. We're trying to get out of this one relatively unscathed. The lights are on here at Pomoco Stadium. I believe this is the first soccer game ever played here in this facility, traditionally a football stadium. Used 5 times a year. We thought, why not use it a little bit more? Get some healthy use out of this pitch. As number 4, Sean McKenna, pushes over the Lionsbridge forward, Poelker. And Poelker, you can see, can't even read the back of his jersey. So a free kick will come from number 24, Munts. Fortia Munts now. Going to look for Poelker. He also has options with James Ellis, Jalon Brown over there. I believe Simon Fitch in the group as well. Here comes the ball from Munts. Ball is up. It's lofty. Looking for Brown. Brown sees it. Brown goes colliding into the keeper, and I believe Brown might get a card for that. I think he just lost track of the ball. He was trying to track that ball in, and the keeper, Connor Andrews, made a good save, made a good stop, but was collided with there. I hate to see that. I hope both sides are okay as the ball's reinserted into the contest here by Andrews.
That is a great flick from D'Souza and almost finds Brendan Chegg behind.
Brandon Chegg coming forward.
Lionsbridge has an injury now. I think that's Josh Spencer, but we can't see his number.
We're looking for some kind of indicator. I see Militar. I don't see Spencer out there, and this might be a bigger blow for Lionsbridge than you'd think, because Spencer is strong down there in the back left, and he got his some condolences from Johnny D'Souza. 26:40 and counting into this contest. Joe Rice going to go and see if he's okay. We'll step away for about 15 seconds. We'll be right back. You're watching the Lionsbridge FC home opener here on Facebook Live. And welcome back to the opener here at Lionsbridge FC with a 3-0 lead over Evergreen FC, and it does appear to be number 22, Josh Spencer. They'll walk him off, and this is another opportunity for us to thank our major partners, All Pro Tactical, Tactical Technology, All Pro Performance, Embrace Home Loans, Kona Ice. Be sure to stop by Kona Ice to cool off on this hot and humid evening. If you're looking for something sweet, head to Doodle Doos Donuts, fresh, funky, fun, and local. Looking to train your dog off the leash? Off-Leash Canine Training, LLC. Let the bond with your canine be unleashed. And Parkway Print Shop, Screen Print, Custom Goods. Those are your major partners here of the football club here on the Peninsula, Lionsbridge FC. We've got a slew of other community partners and starting lineup partners to get through as well, but certainly those partners and those we have mentioned already, this organization is incredibly thankful for their contributions to this team and, more importantly, to this community. Been a chippy game so far here, Patrick, as Lionsbridge FC looks to maintain possession in the midfield. And here comes forward number 23, James Ellis. Ellis will go forward with it, giving it to Poelker, and out of bounds it goes. But let's talk about the physicality here for a second.
Yeah, the physicality, obviously it knocked out Josh Spencer. It looks like Lionsbridge has changed their formation just a little. They've moved Militar up top. Jamie Ellis has dropped back to left back for the injured Josh Spencer. And then Jalen Brown has moved out wide to the left midfield spot where he used to play for CNU quite a bit. So maybe he can get going out on the left side.
Dangerous play there. Good clear by Joe Rice, as that was a fortuitous bounce for Rice to be able to clear that. And the Pride hoping to get Josh Spencer back, currently playing a man down as he is being tended to on the bench. They'll decide if he can get back into this game or not. It looks like Jamie Gunderson over there on the sideline getting loose to hopefully come into this game should Josh Spencer be out for the day. So a man down as they'll take that hit offensively, and here comes number 5, Carlos Vasquez, and Evergreen will have an opportunity down low. So within the attacking third, here goes the football club from Leesburg, Virginia. 17, Lewis Long. No, that's going to be 7, Jawara throwing it in. That ball headed away, going to collect it. Number 8, Brandon Clegg. Clegg now with it. Clegg battling there with Austin Matthews, and Matthews will kick it away. And a throw in to come here for Evergreen. And coming to this game, number 3, Jamie Gunderson. Gunderson, the assistant coach at Christopher Newport University, also played his college ball at Methodist University. Jamie Gunderson, a fan favorite here. Is a local man. That shot on and a save by Joe Rice. It looked like the shot came from number 7, Mo Jawara.
With Jamie Gunderson coming into this game, it looks like he will slide in at left back where Josh Spencer did play. Militar has now moved to right mid. Jamie Ellis out wide on the
pushing forward. There goes Poelker.
left.
Poelker gets free. And continue your thought, Patrick.
Yeah, so Jamie Ellis has moved out here to the left, pushing Jalen Brown back up top. Jalen Brown still hasn't really got too many touches on the ball yet.
And there he goes. He's got one wide open. He has got an opportunity on goal. He shoots, and he gets stopped, and he can tell he missed that one as he had a wide open opportunity with Connor Andrews after the takeaway, and you just talked about it. As Jalen Brown hasn't really had any opportunities with the ball, and that's just a shame if you're Jalen Brown. That was your 3rd goal of the year you just scuffed away.
Yeah, it could have been his hamstring could have been playing on his mind. Usually he buries those, so not really sure what's going on in his thought process right now. Hopefully he can move past it and get a goal later in the match.
Amnesia is a pretty easy thing to have when you're up 3-0, and I think it helped to have the footsteps behind him if you're a fan of Evergreen, as that ball looked to be a clean shot on net, but with the defender right behind him, I think he might have clipped it out of play. Strong throw in and taken away by Austin Matthews, and a good possession keep there as Militar and Munts end up with it, and now Munts will battle there with the hammer, and I believe that was number 15 for the Hammers, Edoung-Biyo. They're back on the defensive edge. Jalen Brown's going to touch that ball and give it right back to Munts, I believe. Munts goes down hard after being steamrolled, and
That's an easy call from the ref.
I'm not sure who rolled over him, but he's certainly not happy about it. He's giving the official every word he's got. Looks like Jawara is also giving him some words, having a conversation with him as he gets walked back to 10, and he'll walk up forward a couple more feet. And that ball lofted up. It's going to get cleared for just a moment. That shot on by Brown is high and outside the north end zone.
He is not happy with himself, Rob. Frustration starting to set in a little early, maybe.
Well, I think Jalen Brown just knows that, at least for him, he feels he is better than the mistouches that he's had early in this contest. I think he might be a little bit, not necessarily nervous, but he's typically used to playing here in Newport News as a beautiful touch, just too strong by the hammer forward. But typically, this forward Jalen Brown, and on the practice squad today, James Lee as well as Jamie Gunderson. Those three coming from CNU, typically playing in the field just beyond this one, Captain Soccer Field. A little bit of a different pitch over there.
Yeah, it actually looks much nicer than this grass right now. So,
and it may look a little bit nicer, but walking over there today, it was even more saturated than this field was. As this field's got a pretty good drainage system. You walk over to the soccer field that CNU plays their soccer on, and wet would be an understatement. There was a point today where half of that field was relatively underwater and shambly at best. Puddles everywhere. So certainly making the right choice playing in this stadium. And if you look down, or at least for us looking down, there are enough people here to validate using Pomoco Stadium for the home location for Lionsbridge FC. Taking care of business here in the first 35 as Max Poelker scored in the 10th minute. Fitch 2 minutes later. And then James Ellis just about 90 seconds after that. Now on the left side, there goes Brown. That's Gunderson, rather. Gunderson pushes it in. Now an opportunity on net and a shot, and I think there was a handball. Gunderson's going to ask for it, not going to get it. There goes Munts, and he shoots it, and it goes out of play. And Lionsbridge threatening here again. Lionsbridge getting the applause of the crowd here as here comes another throw-in from Austin Matthews. Matthews has got the arms, certainly able to do that and get it in on net, an opportunity to score. Here comes Matthews. Matthews fires it home. That's going to be on the long side. Jalen Brown can't quite get to it, but I believe it'll be a corner kick. No, the FAR official, the assistant referee, going to say it went off of either Brown or the arms of number 15, Austin Matthews, for a goal kick. Just about 9 minutes to go. We obviously have stoppage time, and maybe a little bit more stoppage time than you'd expect with the injuries and bringing players off today. If you're interested in coming on Saturday, you can get tickets to that game on lionsbridgefc.com. An opportunity here for Evergreen, and it is stifled there by, I believe that was Ritchie, Duffie, or Austin Matthews.
And that was great defending there by Duffie. The outside mid for Evergreen almost got in behind. If he didn't make the challenge, that man is in behind on goal with a free shot on Joe Rice. So, well done there.
A corner kick to come from the forward, Jawara. He gives it in. A shot on net. It gets deflected in the back of the net. And Evergreen scores. I believe it's 15. Sam Edoung-Biyo.
Yeah, man, great set piece. Set piece probably practiced multiple times in training. You don't just pull that out your locker just any time during a game. But great finish by the, it looks like left back Sam
Edoung-Biyo.
Edoung-Biyo, yes.
That shot definitely got deflected on the front side, and I believe that's why Joe Rice had a problem with it. That ball doesn't get deflected. I don't think it ends up in the back of the net, but Edoung-Biyo makes it a 3-1 game for Evergreen here in the 37th minute.
Really unfortunate. Lionsbridge has defended well all game, and just a mental error there. Not picking up the left back on the top of the box.
It's a 3-1 contest.
Jalen Brown brought down there by Connor Andrews, and he's looking for the foul, but
he's still sitting there, hands in the air, asking the assistant referee for help.
The referee, the center ref, is not having any of that today by Jalen Brown.
I don't think he's having any of it today from anybody, as he just hasn't been giving those calls, and Jalen Brown continues to ask the assistant referee what he missed. As Brown slides that one back, and he's going to give it up to Fortia Munts, kicking it forward and retreating then for a moment to Matthews, now inside. There goes Poelker and offsides.
Oh, that's just unlucky. Great run, great ball, just mental error there. He got excited, saw the chance getting it in behind. It's just not there that time.
Before every home game, the Lionsbridge FC match days start at 5 o'clock with a pregame community festival. Craft beer and wine with Tradition Brewing Company in the Sideline Lounge. A rotation of local food trucks during the season, including Bali Bali Korean Barbecue, El Cooke, Flamin' Pie, Poor Boys Burger, Prost, as well as the Scottish Pig and Sliders. You can catch the schedule for those food trucks online at lionsbridgefc.com. Going to get dessert from Kona Ice and O'Doodle Doos Donuts as the sideline official going to call a foul there. Is going down was number 23, James Ellis, as Ellis has shifted sides of the field here.
That was really, really late challenge there by the Evergreen midfielder. It looked like Brendan Clegg. There was actually 2 fouls there that the center ref just missed, and the AR called, so Lionsbridge ended up getting the foul after many, many waves of the flag by the AR.
So finally, Jamie Gunderson going to set this one up. And trying to nurse himself back to health is James Ellis. He'll go back as Lionsbridge trying to avoid using that second sub before the half. They have 5 more to go. Both sides do, as they've each used 1 for injury. Gunderson going to put that one up looking for Poelker. Poelker might have been able to get it on the one touch, and I think he realizes that as he lets out some choice words, I'm sure. And going to get it is Connor Andrews for the goal kick. It's about 4 minutes before we get into our extra time here. Only one other game in the PDL today. Memphis City FC playing against Birmingham, the Hammers of Birmingham. Game to be played down in Birmingham, Alabama, it seems. 7:30 Central Time, so 8:30 our time. We'll have a little bit more on that game as our game concludes. It's the only other Premier Development League contest today. Over 70 teams here in the PDL. That ball thrown in, and I believe Matthews thinks he missed one.
Yeah, Matthews was not happy with himself there.
Driving around the midfield, giving it forward, and a missed touch by number 23, James Ellis. Ellis scored the 3rd goal of the day for Lionsbridge. Good stop by Gunderson. Back up to Poelker and playing around by Munts. Now there goes James Ellis in the back. Ellis kicks it to Gunderson. Gunderson here in the black cleats goes down and holds on to the ball after the battle between Gunderson and Johnny D'Souza. Those are the 2 subs today, battling back and forth. Gunderson now to throw it in here for Lionsbridge, gives it into Munts. As James Ellis lets it go for Poelker, and Poelker continues to push the ball forward. Good defense there by number 4, Sean McKenna. Poelker wanting to throw it in. And he'll give it up to Austin Matthews.
Probably a big throw-in once again as everybody is back in the center.
Matthews throws it in. That ball up and headed away just momentarily. Going to get it, James Ellis. That ball skied up and out of play. Jalen Brown will throw it in now And coming to look for it is Militar. Militar decides to do the throwing honors. No, they'll bring Austin Matthews all the way over to the far side. They're just about 20 meters away from the corner. They're just about a few meters north of the box. That ball inside it, headed up and over the net by Tom Devitt. And Devitt from Newcastle, England. Scary chance there for Lionsbridge. Couldn't quite finish it, just a bit too high, and it remains 3-1. Now forward out of play, and Lionsbridge will get it back. Lionsbridge has really had the ball the majority of the half. There's only one or two real opportunities for Evergreen. They scored on one of them. Really came on a deflection. It was Edoung-Biyo. And there goes number 4, Sean McKenna, now to the outside. Evergreen is streaking. Here they go on the offense. Coming in and being traded away was that strong defensive group of Devitt, Ritchie, Ellis, and Fitch. Now out it goes, and Brown has an opportunity at it, and really taking a shoulder to the head. Number 14, Paul Milner, takes down Jalon Brown, and Brown has been after it all day long, and I think he's hit the turf more than he's been up on his feet.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. It was 50-50 ball. Milner looked like led with his elbow, and
that's the problem. I mean, I definitely want to look at that again. I think there should have been a card on it.
Yeah.
We might be able to get a replay on this one for you. And it did. It looked like Milner led with a shoulder or the head or something along those lines. I wish I could look at that again, but I guess not. And we're going to reinsert this one back into play. And out of play it goes off of number 15, I believe, Edoung-Biyo, and for a corner kick to come for Lionsbridge. So we're in extra time at this point. I'm not sure how many minutes of extra time we'll have. Clock shows 45. We have played the full 45.
I haven't seen any stoppage time yet, so we're not really sure here.
It's going to be 3 minutes according to the official timekeeper to my left. If you're just tuning in, you missed a great first half. Lionsbridge FC, Evergreen FC, locked in a battle. Lionsbridge went on a scoring tirade between minutes 10 and 15, scoring in the 10th, 12th, and 13th minute. And then a little bit later in the 37th minute, Sam Edoung-Biyo scored again, and getting a little handsy there is the forward, and that's got to be a card. I would be surprised if there wasn't, and he's frustrated with himself. But number 12, Tyler Clegg, has got to get a yellow. And you got to look at that one again. He was all over him with the hands, and you got to believe that that is just unacceptable play. Let's look at it one more time here on the replay. Look at him almost throwing him around with his hands. Kind of a chokehold there.
Tyler Clegg looks to be playing the wrong sport, Rob. He might want to try rugby.
Yeah, it's certainly not what you want to see out here on the pitch. And so Lionsbridge FC has an opportunity to take advantage. Fortia Munts, probably about 40 meters away. That ball up in the air, it's not going to mean much, but a corner kick will come. So corner kick the product. So corner kick coming here for Lionsbridge FC. Ball is up in the air. It's low, actually, and it gets cleared momentarily. Now Poelker, no, that's Munts. Munts is going to put it through the uprights, and that's 3 points if you're playing football, but this is not the right kind of football. And so Lionsbridge will maintain the 3 they currently have. And that's likely how they go into the locker room, and it is. So at the half, 3-1 is our score. Lionsbridge FC scoring 3. Evergreen starting the comeback train with 1. It started in the 10th minute with a goal from Max Poelker. Then 2 minutes later, Simon Fitch made it a 2-0 game. And then James Ellis had a pretty strong one for the third goal of the day in the 13th minute. About 24 minutes later in the 37th minute off a set piece in the corner, Sam Edoung-Biyo made it a 3-1 contest. Patrick, going into the half, what are your thoughts? What are both teams doing well? And let's just start with that. What are both teams doing well so far?
So basically, for Lionsbridge, the team is working well together. You can see Jalon Brown getting really frustrated up top. His teammates are trying to calm him down. They're playing better around him, and they're getting more and more goals. For Evergreen, they came to life later in the half after they scored that goal. They were on the front foot for a little bit after that, but you don't see them getting too much more out of this game.
And in that half, I guess going into the second half, Evergreen went down early. And they went down 3-0 early. Edoung-Biyo starts the comeback train, as I said, with that goal. So now they're only down 2. What needs to happen for Evergreen FC here in the second half for them to start getting chances? Because they really haven't. They've had 2 decent chances, one of which they scored on. And it really happened off of a deflection. But what do they need to do to really start generating offensive chances and possession?
You could see most of that half they were playing with 2 center defensive midfielders, and that really, you could see it didn't work too well. It worked well later in the half when Lionsbridge started to tire. But you could see, if I was the coach, I would probably yank off one of those CDMs, put another striker on, see if you could get some direct balls up over the top, and then see if you could get a couple goals after that.
I'm trying to change things up as far as your game plan is concerned. As for Lionsbridge, what does head coach Chris Whaley say in the halftime, group? Is this is the first time they've had a lead going into the half, and 1. And 2 is the first time they've scored more than 1 goal. And then 3, they're looking for 3 points today. Obviously want to please the home crowd for the first time. But what do you say in the locker room to keep this intensity up, keep the chemistry going, and maintain this lead, and maybe even add to it?
Maybe later in the half get a couple more defensive changes on, shore up the 3 points. But for right now, you just got to keep pounding and pounding the Evergreen center backs. They're really physical. You can see that the center defensive mids are also very physical. But they played around them really, really well that whole half. So hopefully they can keep that up throughout the second half.
Well said, Patrick, and we'll let you take a break. We'll bring Patrick back at the 5-minute mark when we come back. So Patrick, good job on the first half, and we'll give him his halftime break. One more time, it's a 3-1 contest. Lionsbridge FC here in the home opener, the first game of soccer in Pomoco Stadium ever to be played. And the first goal here in Pomoco being scored by Max Poelker came off of a set piece. The ball came in from Austin Matthews, a beautiful throw in, and Max Poelker got his head on it, scored the goal, and everybody here was happy about that for 2 reasons. First and foremost, the opening goal here in Lionsbridge home history, but more importantly for the fans, they're going home with a Chick-fil-A breakfast sandwich every time a Lionsbridge Pride member scores with their head. All you got to do is use your head, score a goal, and everybody in Pomoco is going home with a coupon for a Chick-fil-A breakfast sandwich. Chick-fil-A, the official uniform sponsor of Lionsbridge FC. Time to lash out the rest of our sponsors. The official uniform sponsors, Chick-fil-A, and the uniform producers include Nike, as these uniforms brought to you by Nike. Riverside Medical Group is the official medical group of the Lionsbridge Football Club. Top partners include Mosquito Joe, Tradition Brewing Company, and Whole Foods Market. Tradition Brewing Company in City Center. Make sure to go pick up a Lionsbridge lager today. Major partners include All Pro Tactical Technology, All Pro Performance, Embrace Home Loans, Kona Ice, cool off with a nice Kona ice here on a hot and humid day in Pomoco Stadium. Looking for something sweet? Check out O'Doodle Doo's Donuts, fresh, funky, fun, and local. Looking to make that bond with your canine a little bit better? Well, let that bond with your canine be unleashed with Off Leash Canine Training LLC. Parkway Print Shop, screen print, custom goods. Starting lineup partners include Animal Medical Care Center, Clancy and Faye's Construction Company, the Daily Press out of City Center, Frogskin, leap back into the game, Quality Productions, and One Life Fitness. Our community sponsors and partners include Christopher Newport University, the Mariners Museum, the home of the largest collection of maritime literature in the Western Hemisphere, as well as Bay Stars Football Club, the CSL Portsmouth, Virginia team, the Newport News Virginia Parks Recreation and Tourism Association, as well as Premier Sports, Smithfield Football Club, Suffolk Football Club, Tidewater Sharks, Upward Soccer, Hampton, Virginia, VIP United Football Club, Legacy Soccer Club, and Yorktown Football Club. It's a 3-1 game. We're going to take a 5-minute break, and we'll be right back. You're watching the home opener for the Lionsbridge FC Pride. I'm Rob Smith. We'll be right back in just a moment here in Newport News, Virginia. And welcome back to second half action here. You're watching PDL Soccer on Facebook.com/Lionsbridge FC. And we thank you for tuning in. If you missed the first half, you missed a thrilling about 10 minutes there for Lionsbridge FC. They just continued to push the ball offensively. 1.5 goals from Evergreen FC was a little bit of a dinker of a goal. Came off of a corner kick and a deflection. Nothing Joe Rice could do about it. Special shout-outs to the production crew today. Mike Vest, Austin Gregory, the production crew. Mike Santamoro on production. Julian Santamoro running replay. And the Urch brothers on camera. Austin and Christian Urch doing a tremendous job with the cameras today. Austin Urch running in-game video production, as well as Patrick Garber by my side. I am Rob Smith, bringing you this one. We're about 90 seconds from second half action, and what are the keys to success in half number 2, knowing that the weather may become an issue with rain in the forecast?
Well, with the rain, Rob, they're gonna need to try and get this game done quickly for Lionsbridge. Evergreen's gonna come out firing like they did after their first goal, and yeah.
It should be an interesting second half. The weather has continued to be just teasy, I guess would be the word. As we came into the day and we looked at the forecast and it said 50, 60, 70% chance of rain between 3 o'clock and 10 o'clock or midnight, and then just continued to push back, and it pushed back, and it pushed back, and we got some rain at about 1 o'clock. The field was heavily saturated, drained incredibly well, still a little bit touchy, a little bit spongy, if you will, in the corners especially, and that may come to play in the second half here, especially we get a little bit of sprinkles. But the rain continuing to push back, only a 40% chance of thunderstorms now between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock p.m. So it looks like, Patrick, we may be in luck as the Mother Nature certainly looking on Lionsbridge FC and Pomoco Stadium with a smile as we say soccer in the peninsula has to get off without a hitch tonight, so no rain.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can keep saying no rain. And hopefully we can
knock on wood, right?
Yeah. And hopefully we can just say Lionsbridge gets the 3 points at the end of the night.
Lionsbridge currently sitting in the middle of the standings in their current set of fixture. And catch any kind of information you would ever want on the Premier Development League on the US PDL website. Just Google Premier Development League and find all that information online. And just Google Lionsbridge FC and you can figure that stuff out pretty quickly. That's all I ever have to do. Lionsbridge FC is in Group G in the PDL, currently the only team with more than one game under its belt. This is number 3, actually, for the Bridge. And they are in third in their respective group. Today, with a win that would propel them up to first over Tobacco Road and the Eagles of Charlotte. And away we go here in half number 2. Evergreen in the white and green will go from right to left here in the second half. And in the Chick-fil-A Blues, the Lionsbridge Pride will go from left to right, rather. Gotta figure that one out.
Yeah.
Not to be confusing, but Joe Rice for Lionsbridge wearing that same neon green that's on the back of Evergreen's uniforms. They're going to be looking at that green lantern across the way. And in the orange, it'll be Connor Andrews as he scoops that one up. He's playing here as the starting keeper for Evergreen FC here in half number 2. So far, we've lucked out. Sponsors are happy. The team is happy. The pitch is certainly happy as rain only causes more and more issues as that ball gets out of bounds and Lionsbridge will have to give up possession. Only one assist in that first half on the 3 goals from Lionsbridge. It came on Austin Matthews' throw. So here comes Lionsbridge again, and I don't think they're going to settle up Patrick here in the half as number 6 Simon Fitch ends up within the midfield. Fitch just trying to maintain possession, gives it up, passes it around, and it pinballs through the midfield there. Now ball is chipped up and it gets sent away from the Evergreen defense and then quickly pushed back into the Lionsbridge possession before they lose it for just a moment. So Lionsbridge loses the ball, and back with it number 7, that's Jawara. And Jawara will send it back up the right side and now pushing and looking for it. I believe that's number 2, AJ Sheeta. And they'll hold on to possession. Ball thrown in and looking for 15, Sam Edoung-Biyo.
It looks like Evergreen has switched up their formation a little from the first half, Rob. I think it looks like they're only playing with one CDM now. Moved one of their center defensive mids up, and now they're playing a 4-1-4-1 formation.
Seems to be a Mod Podge of hammers out there. They seem to be out of formation a little bit at the moment, and they sort things out. Looks like they only have 3 back. It looks like maybe a 3-2-4-1. As the ball's thrown out.
Also, the starting forward for Evergreen has moved back to the left back spot. So that's something to keep an eye on. Maybe Jamie Ellis can get down this wing and beat up on this Jawara guy a little.
Ball sent away by the keeper, Joe Rice. Jawara gets on. We're looking at the same Jawara. Jawara out of Mizzou. That ball ends up on the ground. Ball continuing to skip possession, and Devitt's going to get called for a foul there, and rightfully so, as he's going to walk away with his hands up, acting as innocent as possible, but you could see the shove. And so Connor Andrews will take the free kick.
Lionsbridge, they have not had a very good start to this second half, giving the ball away multiple times and losing possession. Evergreen seemed to be on the front foot to start off this half.
That ball pushed up and way off sides is Poelker, and Poelker knows it.
Ooh, nice little nutmeg there by Austin Matthews on the forward for Evergreen.
And on the far side go the Pride, and out of play it goes. Gunderson's going to have to get it and throw it in here. Early portion of the second half. Lionsbridge FC taking care of business in the opener, up 3-1. And how likely is it, do you think, Patrick, that Lionsbridge just kind of settles on this lead and sits back defensively? Is that ball sent up and maybe just accept the 3-1 score?
Well, to start off this half, it looked like they were trying to go forward a little through Poelker and Jamie Ellis out wide here, but they really haven't had too much possession. They're giving the ball away very cheaply, and Evergreen has been playing a little better.
There goes Brown. Brown gives it up, and just a poor pass from Brown, looking for, I believe it was Militar. They'll continue to control possession. There's Fitch. Fitch gives it up to Poelker, and Poelker's ball gets cleared away by Lewis Long. Forgive me, that was Paul Milner maybe. Free kick coming from number 5, Tom Devitt. Devitt out of Newcastle, England. Devitt, the 6'1" man from Longwood University.
He was asking a little too much for Militar right there. Militar could not control the ball off to Munts.
Ball skied into the midfield and bouncing around.
And there was a foul. Looked like an elbow there on Jamie Gunderson. Jamie Gunderson goes down, and I cannot see who that is, but whoever that is just picked up a yellow card for it.
Looks to be number 17. That is Lewis Long going to pick up the yellow. So Long picks up his first yellow card of the day. And that ball is sent back.
That was a great challenge there by Jamie Gunderson to win the throw for Lionsbridge. And it looks like Austin Matthews may have picked up a little knock on that play.
So second yellow card of the day for Evergreen is Tyler Clegg also had one in the first half. So Clegg with one, Lewis Long with one, so both midfielders playing a little bit recklessly here. The ball goes up in the air. It's going to be a dangerous play, and nothing that Brandon Clegg could do with it. He tried to get his head on it there. Couldn't quite do so, and so Connor Andrews' counterpart Joe Rice will now have a goal kick. And away we go. Pitch looks relatively green tonight. Don't be fooled. You come to the stadium, it looks a little more brownish yellow than it does green. That ball's headed forward off the head of Austin Matthews in a dangerous play there. Matthews saves the ball defensively, and I'm not sure who that is complaining, but somebody on the Hammers forward line. Might have been Lewis Long, to be honest, as that ball is sent out of play as Joe Rice just completely misses the fairway. Mo Jawara trying to pick up a little more yardage than is allowed, and he'll be asked to come back a little bit, and he'll do it again. And so back comes Jawara. Looks like we have a sub.
Carlos Vasquez is checked off. I cannot tell who this player who's just checked on is. It looked like the referee put up the number 17, but 17
I see
is
13.
You saw 13?
I see 13 on the, I believe that was 13.
Okay. So
who's coming off?
Valdir
Vasquez, number 5.
Just came on for Vasquez, yes.
So into this game, not sure. I couldn't see it. Again, those neon numbers don't necessarily help. So Carlos Vasquez, his night is over. And number 13, Valdir De Souza, going to come in. So De Souza comes in for Vasquez.
Jalen Brown almost kept that ball in.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, unfortunately.
And it looks like Lionsbridge is also going to be making a change. I'm waiting on these numbers.
Let's look for the official.
Oh, nope. They're going to take the goal kick instead. So the next out of play, Lionsbridge will be subbing.
The next available, I guess, opportunity would be the next time Lionsbridge has possession of the ball. So a Joel Rice goal kick, or here this offsides should do it. The reason he couldn't come in is the goal kick was for Evergreen. And so it'll be number 2, Max Poelker, coming off, and on goes number 7, that is Travis Cooke.
Great night all around for Max Poelker. He got the opening goal for Lionsbridge and just got the crowd going real early.
So we're into the game. Goes Travis Cooke. Travis Cooke, number 7 here for Lionsbridge, the midfielder out of Chesapeake, Virginia, one of 5 men out of VCU. So the Ram into this game here for the first time at home. The 6'4" rising sophomore still yet to play a game up in Richmond. Went to Grassfield High School, and a man who plays the midfield fairly well, I would assume, as that is a member of the Richmond United Academy team, and he finished with 8 goals in the fall of 2015 before enrolling in VCU in January. Here comes Lionsbridge here on an opportunity, a shot on and into the community festival behind the south end zone.
Unlucky there from Jamie Ellis. He picked off that ball real easily in the attacking third, but just could not get his foot around the ball for the shot.
Looking to buy single game tickets, go to lionsbridgefc.com. You can buy season tickets and be a season ticket holder. You can buy single game tickets the next time Lionsbridge will be in town. It'll be this Saturday against the Charlotte Eagles. Pomoco Stadium opens up at 5 o'clock. Food trucks on Saturday be flamin' pie, sliders, o-doodle-doos, donuts, and Kona Ice. Saturday night will include post-game fireworks, and the first 1,500 fans will receive a Mosquito Joe Lionsbridge FC koozie. First 1,000 kids receive a free team poster courtesy of Mosquito Joe. Youth organization on Saturday going to be Smithfield SC. Come out on Saturday to check out your Lionsbridge FC pride take on the Eagles of Charlotte. Another exciting game to be had here in Newport News, as this community is thrilled to finally have soccer on the peninsula, and a wonderful 3-1 showing in their opener today. The Charlotte Eagles just 1 point ahead of this team in Group G, as the Group G standings are as follows. As another yellow card, this one going to number 13. No. That is Valdir D'Souza.
No, that was Jamie Ellis, Rob.
Now they're going to give it to Ellis?
Yeah, it looks like it. He was too close on the free kick and just tried to stop the ball early.
So a yellow card on James Ellis. Will be a free kick. And ultimately now a goal kick. Back to the Group G standings. Tobacco Road in Group G, for those of you at home listening. Tobacco Road FC, Charlotte Eagles, Lionsbridge FC, North Carolina's U23 team, Myrtle Beach FC, and the Carolina Dynamo. So other than Lionsbridge, it's pretty much the Carolina League, as Myrtle Beach and Carolina Dynamo each dropping their openers. So they have no points on the season. North Carolina FC and Lionsbridge tying in their first contests. Lionsbridge actually tying in their first 2, which puts them ahead of North Carolina FC. and the Charlotte Eagles and Tobacco Road, each winning their first contest, putting them at the top of the fixture with 3 points apiece. Tobacco Road just one goal ahead of the Charlotte Eagles, as goal differential ultimately makes a difference in the standings. About 2/3 of the way through this contest here, and more chippy play in the midfield, as that seems to be the theme. There goes Lionsbridge, and a free opportunity on net. A shot on, and a goal! Lionsbridge, Jamie Ellis scores again!
Yeah, Rob, that was a great ball from Simon Fitch right through the center backs, and Jamie Ellis put the ball right through the poor goalkeeper's legs, Connor Andrews. He couldn't do anything about it, and Lionsbridge has gone up 4-1 now with the second goal from James Ellis tonight.
That second goal of the day comes from number 23, James Ellis. The midfielder out of Chesapeake, Virginia, does it again for the Pride. And this one is well in hand if you're a fan of the home team, as the Lionsbridge faithful start to do the wave in celebration. Goal differential huge in this league, and Lionsbridge has done it today. Now up 3 in this contest, and really taking care of business in the second leg of the Commonwealth Cup.
Safe to say, Rob, that Lionsbridge will be going home with the 3 points tonight, but we still have about 30 minutes left.
Seems like the next 26 or so minutes, 30 if you want to count extra time, a formality at best. However, stranger things have happened, and so Joe Rice just going to fall on that one. I wouldn't be surprised if Evergreen does push to score at least one more for the 2-goal game. Big here for, the 3-goal game. Big here for Lionsbridge.
Ooh, Jalen Brown's in behind here, folks.
Brown has an opportunity. Brown will go, and the ball gets cleared.
Unfortunate first touch there by Jalen Brown. You could tell he really wants to get a goal tonight. He's seeing all of his teammates score.
And the assist going to be chalked up to number 24, Fortia Munts. Munts will get the assist for the 4th goal of the day. Only the second assist here for Lionsbridge. Ball thrown in from Matthews. Looking for it as it gets through everybody, and I think number 7, Travis Cooke, had the best look at it, and he just kind of watched that ball go by, and here on the ground is James Ellis. You'd hate to see him come out, as he has played phenomenally tonight for the Lionsbridge Pride.
You know this must be a serious injury, Rob. You definitely, as a soccer player, do not want to come off the pitch when you only have 2 goals. You want to be pushing forward to getting that third and scoring the illustrious hat trick.
A hat trick in the home opener would be big for Ellis, but he's starting to cramp up, or he got kicked in the shin there, I'm not sure.
But it looks like his night will be done, unfortunately.
And they're going to have a conference over in the midfield. I'm not sure what this conference is about, but it seems to be officials and Evergreen teammates. You'll want to look at that one. Maybe flip camera angles away from the injured James Ellis and take a look at this conversation at midfield. Not really much going on with Ellis. I'm not really sure what they could possibly be talking there at midfield about. At Mike Santamoro, if you're listening, go to midfield and show the fans at home what they're missing. Or not. Okay. Gotcha. And now a collection of Lionsbridge teammates are there at midfield.
I think Evergreen might be unhappy with the officiating tonight, as the goalkeeper Joe Rice has been taking a little bit too long punting the ball. But have been wrong before.
So they're going to start tending to James Ellis, and the man has 2 goals, so they want to keep him in the game. The clock will keep running. We'll be right back in just a moment after he gets off the field. You're watching Lionsbridge FC Soccer score 4-1 here in the home opener. We'll be right back here on Facebook.com/Lionsbridge FC. And we rejoin this one as Connor Andrews will put it back into play, and away we go. 68-48 into the contest in the 69th minute.
Here is the sub who just gave the ball away, Robbie Jenkinson. He's come in for the injured James Ellis. It's unfortunate to see James Ellis go off. He had scored 2 goals. You know, in the back of his mind, he definitely wanted the 3rd one, but that injury was not so kind to him tonight.
So Lionsbridge FC looks like they're playing with a full-strength group, but a substitute to come. I'm not sure who the sub was for.
It was Robbie Jenkinson, number 25.
Go, thank you.
Yep.
So Ellis done for the day. More on Jenkinson in a second. We'll have another substitution. And it's number 10 for Lionsbridge FC. That'll be Aladdin Elfares for Jalon Brown.
Unfortunate for Jalon not to get a goal tonight. You know he definitely wanted to get one on his return to CNU, but just wasn't his night tonight.
So for Robbie Jenkinson, number 25 for this team. Jenkinson out of Manchester, England. A 6'1" man out of Cooke College in South Carolina. Joining him on the field, Aladdin Elfares. Elfares also out of Cooke College, but he is from Hallsberg, Sweden, standing at 5'7" and 191. Now on the far side, there goes Elfares. I believe he kicks it in, looking for Cooke. Now the ball bounces around and gets cleared momentarily. There is, I believe, Munts.
Munts has an amazing first touch, folks. Just juggling the ball around the 2 defenders, and he just holds on to it.
Beautiful pass inside now, looking to clear, and a great touch and clear there by the defense. And a foul being called. Officials calling that one on Sam Edoung-Biyo. He's not happy about it. He's going to put his hands up innocently, and that ball gets kicked away by number 5, Tom Devitt. So the 2 men out of Cooke College new to the contest to play the final 20 minutes of the game. I believe head coach Chris Whaley has made 3 substitutions, maybe 4 so far, maybe if I missed one. Still has a couple to go. As Jenkins has come in for Ellis, Elfares for Brown, Cooke for Poelker. And I believe I might be missing one.
Jamie Gunderson came in for Josh Spencer in the beginning because of an injury. And it looks like Evergreen will be making a substitution too. Lewis Long is going off.
And those numbers are tough to read. I didn't see the, I believe it was 19. Maybe it was 18. Luis Martins. Coming in, and now an opportunity on net. That's Elfares, and Elfares gets taken down, and the ball gets cleared. Yeah, I believe into the game was Luis Martins, the midfielder. You said he came in for Lewis Long, and that would make sense.
Yeah. Unfortunate shot there by Alfares. Just wanted too long on the ball, and the defense just came in and put him under too much pressure.
Ball bouncing around. And when games kind of get out of hand like this as Gunderson goes down, the last 15 to 17 minutes, right in that period where we are now, it can get a little dangerous out there for players. Things get a little bit chippy. Players begin to get frustrated as things certainly did not go the way they hoped they would go. If you're Evergreen FC, obviously if you're a fan of the home team and you're a Lionsbridge FC man on the field, you got to remain composed. As this is typically when the cheap shots come in.
Yeah, Rob, you gotta protect yourself in these last couple minutes, especially frustration showing for Evergreen now. You don't want to get injured like what happened to James Ellis, unfortunately.
James Ellis, the man of the match so far, the leader of the Pride. James Ellis, a 5'8" man out of Virginia Commonwealth. A rising sophomore out of Western Branch High School. Was a four-star recruit by Top Drawer Soccer. And was ranked the number 6 player in Virginia and the number 17th player in the Mid-Atlantic region. Happy to have him here on this Premier Development Soccer team.
There's another cheap shot there by Brendan Clegg on.
This is the kind of thing I'm talking about. Is it was number 8 Ivan Militar. That's the kind of thing I mean. Is at the end of the game, the team gets frustrated, just going to try to take guys out, and that's certainly not the way you want it to be played. But that's the world we live in.
It's just unfortunate to see. You don't want to see any of these guys getting injured, especially this late in the match, jeopardizing the rest of their season.
Speaking of the rest of that season, this home season continues on Saturday against the Charlotte Eagles. Game starts at 7:08. Gates open at 5 o'clock, 2 hours before this contest begins. Food trucks will be Flame and Pie, Sliders, O'Doodle Doos Donuts, and Kona Ice. Promotions include post-game fireworks. First 1,500 fans receive a Mosquito Joe Lionsbridge FC koozie. And the first 1,000 kids receive a free team poster courtesy of Mosquito Joe. Don't forget the 50-50 raffle, and nonprofit partner of the game is Versability. And the youth organization on Saturday will be Smithfield SC. We'll take a break, play another game at the end of May on Memorial Day weekend as that ball gets cleared around, and a good save there by Joe Rice. And then they'll close out their May schedule on Wednesday, May 30th against the All-Navy soccer team. Coming forward here, ball getting cleared away. So their next 4 games going to be here in Pomoco Stadium all throughout the rest of this month. They'll have 1 game on the road against Carolina Dynamo, and they'll be back in action 1, 2, 3 times in June before having 2 home games in July before the playoffs begin. And again, you can get those tickets for those home games at LionsbridgeFC.com. Don't miss the pregame. As that ball is thrown in, it bounces around and ends up out of play for a goal kick. And don't miss that pregame festival, including bounce houses for the kids, Zorb Soccer, Chick-fil-A raffles, as well as a merchandise tent, a plethora of food trucks, and you can watch your favorite team warm up on the field at Pomoco Stadium.
Very solid night tonight from Ivan Militar as the former Kickotan High School standout Brennan Burton checks into the game.
So into the game comes number 11, Brandon Burton. Not sure who he went in for.
Militar was the man who was withdrawn from the match tonight.
So it'll be number 11, Brennan Burton for 8.
Hopefully we can see Brennen on the ball in these final 10 minutes. He was very good at high school. He's playing right now at JMU with Max Poelker. Those two very good friends.
Absolutely, and Brennan Burton, as you said, the Hampton, Virginia native playing at James Madison. Burton, Jalon Brown, Max Poelker, all locals.
And it's great to see these local kids come out and join this team to lead them forward into the future, starting at such a small time and a small club.
It looks like Tom Malik went on for Evergreen FC. I'm not sure who he went on for. And number 9, Tom Malik in this one, according to the score or a statistician here.
I think he went on for Brendan Clegg, Rob, if I remember correctly.
Number 8.
That was in a very rough time of play. And he just snuck onto the pitch, it looked like. Both missed it up here.
So Clegg is still in the game? I'm still trying to figure it out.
I don't think Brendan Clegg is.
Okay.
But I know Tyler Clegg is still in the game.
So Tom Malik must have gone in for Brandon Clegg. These subs starting to get real confusing here.
Yeah.
Teams want everybody who's on the roster to play, and rightfully so, in a game that is out of touch or out of hand, I guess. 5 goals in this game, 4 for the home team, Lionsbridge FC, and they're threatening again. That ball is cleared back towards the bleachers. Special shout out to the production crew. We thank you for tuning in. That ball in and up and over the net. And no, it's going to stay and kind of curve back. But again, special shout out to Austin Gregory and the production crew. Mike and Julian Santamoro down in production, as well as the Urch brothers. Austin and Christian Urch doing all the camera work tonight. Austin Gregory with all of the graphics and in-game video production. Patrick Garber by my side. I'm Rob Smith. Bringing it all to action here as another substitute. It'll be number
13, Cleef. Desir in for Fortuna Munts. Munts had a fantastic game tonight. One of the best players in the midfield tonight for Lionsbridge.
So in comes Cleef. Desir. Desir out of Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Cleef Desir, 5'10", 180, out of Palm Beach Atlantic University. Getting his first little bit of time here. 81:56 to go, or excuse me, not to go. 81:56 into this contest, so we're in the 83rd minute now. After all that confusion, I'd like to see Desir do something in this contest. It has been reported to me as he is a pretty loose, fun-loving, easygoing guy, but also incredibly good at the sport he loves.
And that's all you can ask for, Rob. Great teammate to have around the club.
And Patrick, as far as chemistry is concerned, this team has only been playing together for 2-3 weeks max, and that's just the core group. I mean, they haven't still gotten their entire squad together. How tough is it for a team to build chemistry in such a quick amount of time?
Yeah, Rob.
Pause you there. That ball forward going for Lionsbridge as they try to score one more time. It's going to be passed around, continually passing around, and that cross is being denied by Evergreen. Continue your thought.
As you were saying earlier, most of these guys have played with each other in either college or club level, and you can just see they all work hard for each other. They do each other's dirty work, and they're willing to get up and down the pitch for each other, pass the ball around, and get the goals.
Comes number 15, Austin Matthews, one of the only starters left in this group. Matthews, Fitch, Devitt, Ritchie. Matthews stops, asks for a little more space, and just regretfully throws the ball in. Here goes Simon Fitch, another starter in the contest. Fitch gives it up to Matthews. Matthews is going to try to cross and does. Just a little bit too far for number 7. That's Travis Cooke.
If this was earlier in the game, Rob, and it was still close, maybe Travis Cooke. My bad. Maybe Travis Cooke would have gone in for a diving header. Just kind of gave up on that play as it went out for a throw-in.
Running out of time in this contest. We'll quickly wrap up and then stay tuned for an on-field interview with, I would assume, James Ellis as well as head coach here for Lionsbridge, Chris Whaley. Bring you that one just moments after this one concludes, and then we'll cut off the stream. We appreciate you tuning in here on Facebook.com/Lionsbridge FC for the home opener. We'll have all of our home games here on Facebook.com/Lionsbridge FC. We hope you enjoyed the show, as we have certainly had fun bringing it to you, Patrick and I, up here in the broadcast booth, as well as the rest of the group I've mentioned several times tonight, the Santa Mo's, the Arches, and Austin Gregory. And really tonight it was all Lionsbridge from the get-go, as Poelker got a beautiful pass in from Austin Matthews to start the scoring here for the Pride, and really from there they didn't look back. Patrick scoring 3 times in 4 or 5 minutes, and now the extra goal coming from James Ellis. So 3 goal scorers tonight, and I think the biggest thing, none of them were named Jalon Brown.
Yeah, Rob, that was one of our talking points at the beginning. We're talking about
Desir with a beautiful forward. That ball up and just missing it. Got his head on it and just missed wide right. Was number 7, Travis Cooke. A beautiful cross from the Haitian Cleef Desir, and what a strike. But continue your thought there on Jalon Brown.
it was unfortunate that Jalon Brown did miss that really, really good opportunity early in the match, but it was good to see his teammates around him try and help him, bring him up, continue to give him the ball.
Pushing forward is Elfares. Elfares gets a fortuitous bounce and it goes back out.
And basically, very good to see many, many other players score tonight for Lionsbridge.
As for Evergreen, I'm not sure when their next contest is, but they certainly will have another. What do they need to do to bounce back?
They just need to rally around each other. It looks like they've been playing together for a little while. They need to clean up their sloppy play just a little. Their physicality is there. That's not an issue for them at all. Playing against them is an issue. But you can see Lionsbridge did very well tonight. But other than that, just cleaning up the sloppy play, mistakes in the defense, and just passing the ball around, having fun.
Getting ready to pass the ball in. Austin Matthews here in the 88th minute. Ball up in the air. A strong pass, getting his head on it and passing it around now still. And that ball up and over the field goal and into the Traditions Brewing Company 10th. Coming up to the final moments of the game. And this Evergreen FC team not necessarily traditionally has been a team that has struggled over the last 2 years. Last year going 1-11-2. with 5 points and 14 goals on the season. Already 2 goals here on their year, but they averaged about 1 goal a game in their 2017 campaign with a minus 28 goal differential. As for Lionsbridge, this is only their 3rd game in existence, and they're going to improve to 1-0-2 and 5 points as they still have yet to play a match and not walk away with something. And that's got to be something that head coach Chris Whaley has got to be happy with, knowing that they just kind of threw together this team in the last few bits.
Yeah, this is a great job from the whole coaching staff to get these players together, to get them working together and playing under the system Coach Chris Whaley wants them to play, and getting the results. That's the most important part.
In the 89th minute here in Newport News, Lionsbridge up 4-1 in the contest. And at most, maybe looking for one more little bit of goal differential, but this one well in hand for the men at home.
You can see it. They're having fun. The fans are having fun. And most importantly, we're having fun up in here.
I think the biggest thing for tonight is that the rain held off as we are a few minutes away from closing time here in Newport News and not a drop of rain. You could not have asked for a better day for soccer. As another whistle, and it looks like we're going to have
another card.
A yellow card is number 13.
Valdir de Souza picks up the yellow
yes.
card. That was a great move there by Ritchie Duffie. Beat both of the Evergreen players, and just picked up a knock for his troubles, though. He'll be feeling that one in the morning.
And D'Souza, I'm sure, was not happy with it. Obviously accepted the yellow, but wanted to run away from his problems. The official called him back. And we're in the 90th minute waiting for the official extra time call from the 4th official. 10 seconds away from that, Devitt puts it all up in the air. Going to get it. And sticking with it is number 13, that's Desir. Two minutes of stoppage on the clock.
This result will definitely make Chris Whaley very proud of these boys, and very happy for the fans who decided to come out and make this atmosphere fantastic.
A ball up in the air on the cross. Now bouncing around, free opportunity, a shot on, and they score! Travis Cooke makes it 5, and that'll cap it off for Lionsbridge FC as they'll walk out of here 5-1 winners in Newport News.
Yeah, once again, bad defending there by Evergreen. Failed to clear the ball, and they paid for it as Burton headed the ball back in, and Robbie Jenkinson just heads it right to Travis Cooke, and Travis Cooke makes no mistake on that one. Puts the ball through the keeper's legs, and Lionsbridge go up 5-1.
I think Simon Fitch might be credited with the assist there. I'd give the assist to number 6, Simon Fitch, with the helper, and that's going to be number 5 on the day. And we're just about through with this one. So, Patrick, we'll do a quick wrap-up. We'll start right now. What are your final thoughts on this opener?
Well, Rob, this opener was very fun. The fans had a fantastic time. They're all still out here jumping around, bouncing around, cheering on the Lionsbridge team. Lionsbridge, very good tonight. Evergreen, mistakes in defense costed them deeply. The goal for Evergreen could easily be avoided as Cleef Desir is going in behind again.
Another opportunity. Desir shoots wide left, and I think that'll probably do it. At least it probably should. Stop the bleeding now while they can.
But if I was Chris Whaley, I would be very happy with tonight's match as it finishes 5-1. Great performance by his boys. And I know the fans are very happy to come out here, not see any rain, see their team win 5-1, go home with some Chick-fil-A coupons, and just have a great night.
So a big win for the Lionsbridge FC Pride as they pick up their home opener win and 3 big points here in Pomoco Stadium for the first time. 5-1 the final. Man of the match is going to go to Ellis. That's number 23, James Ellis. He gets 2 big goals as Lionsbridge picks up not only a big 3 points, but 4 on their goal differential, and they pick up the Commonwealth Cup for the first time in the series by a final score of 6-2 in the 2 contests. That's going to do it. We're going to take a quick break here as we've already set up our final thoughts. Patrick, it's been an absolute pleasure.
I had a blast.
Be sure to stay tuned for an on-field interview with Ellis, as well as Chris Whaley. We'll have that live for you on the broadcast in just a moment. We'll be right back. Once again, thanks for tuning in. You caught all the action here on Facebook.com/Lionsbridge FC. right, test, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, are we good? Test, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We good to go? All right, welcome to the post-game show here. Lionsbridge FC, they take care of business in their opening game as they win this one 5-1 here on their home opener at Pomoco Stadium. We're going to talk to head coach Chris Whaley as well as the man of the match, James Ellis, who had 2 goals in the contest, goals number 3 and 4. So we're going to wait for head coach Chris Whaley. Gotcha. As the pride of Lionsbridge FC took care of business tonight. As you know, you were worried about the rain all night, worried about where we're going to hold off. Was the rain going to happen? Ended up not a cloud in the sky at the end of this one. Didn't have to worry about it. And the Lionsbridge FC took care of business in this one, scoring 5 goals in their home opener against Evergreen. Picking up the win in the Commonwealth Cup as a couple of weeks ago, about 10 days to be exact, they took care of business with a tie in their opener playing against Evergreen up in Leesburg. Ended up tying that game 1-1. So we're going to have a conversation here with James Ellis, the man of the match. If you want to come over to this side of me, we're going to wait. We're going to wait for the crowd mic, but I guess we'll wait for that one.
Where am I looking? This camera?
Yeah, you're going to look at this guy right here. We're streaming to Facebook Live right now as this wonderful community has been super excited about having soccer on the peninsula for the first time. We're going to do 2 mics, one for the stadium. So we're here live, sideline. James Ellis, great game tonight, had 2 goals, goals 3 and 4, just missed the hat trick, but saw you go down with an injury near the end. Obviously had to come off, that's unfortunate, but how do you feel first game here in Pomoco, and how do you feel about the fans today?
I feel great. I think it was a great atmosphere, and it was definitely fun to come out here and play. I think the guys did really well as a team. We still have a lot to work on, but it was great to start off our home opener.
And you guys have not really been playing together all too long. Got started at the beginning of May, but to have your home opener halfway through the month, you got a couple of games under your belt. How long did it take you guys to build that chemistry as a team?
Yeah, I think I guess it's kind of like a normal trend. It took a little bit, maybe like the first game we kind of got the hang of it, but I think in practice it'll keep getting better and better. But yeah, I think it's not too bad right now. We still have a lot to work on, like I said, but we're getting there.
And then last but not least, before we get to head coach Chris Whaley, break down that third goal, or I guess your first goal of the day on the north end zone. Kind of a broken play. I think it didn't look like they forgot to clear or miscleared it. Just give us what happened from your sideline.
Yeah, well, I stepped up, and it was a loose ball. I picked it up, and I was on the top of the box, so of course my first instinct was to go straight to goal, and that's what I did.
It was a beautiful goal, and so was the second one. Great job by man of the match today, James Ellis. We're going to set aside and talk to head coach Chris Whaley in just a second, but wonderful game today, and best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
First and foremost, Coach, how you doing? Congratulations on the win.
Appreciate it. Doing very well, thank you.
How does it feel, to finally have a home game? And obviously, you had to travel up to Cary, travel up to Leesburg for a game. How does it feel to finally be home?
Well, with the support that we got tonight, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Why would the boys not want to play in front of a great crowd like this on a great night at a great stadium? So we were really excited, and I think we put a good product on.
A good product indeed. I mean, all night long you guys were attacking offensively. What was the game plan coming into this one? Obviously, it's been the Jalon Brown show coming into today, but obviously you guys got scores from all over the place. How did that happen, really?
Well, obviously Jalon's a good player, and he scored 2 big goals for us early in the season, but what we've really worked hard on is being positive, playing on the front foot and trying to attack as much as possible. And it obviously worked.
Obviously, and I mean, we had plenty of people. I was honestly expecting a little bit of rain. I thought that was going to shy people away. How was it knowing that you had such a great supporting crowd today in your opener?
No, the big time. The sport was unbelievable, and when you put a performance in like we did, and the boys are working hard, and they see the people in the stands so excited, that's what PDL soccer's about for me, and it's really, really cool to be a part of it.
And then last but not least, scoring 5 goals is really great. Obviously, you guys gave up one. Looked like it came off of a deflection or something, but what can you work on for Saturday with Charlotte coming in town?
Well, the goal was my fault. Tactically, I got it wrong. I'll put my hands up there. So we'll organise. We'll be better defensively on those set pieces. And, we'll keep working hard and try and score more than them.
Thanks, Coach. Best of luck on Saturday. That's going to do it for us here at Lionsbridge FC. The home opener, Lionsbridge scores 5. Evergreen scores 1. That means Lionsbridge wins by 4. You can come out, check out Lionsbridge against the Charlotte Eagles on Saturday. Gates open at 5 o'clock. Pomoco's start time, 7:08. Come out and check that one. We'll bring that one for you here at Pomoco as well as at Facebook.com/Lionsbridge FC. It's been a pleasure for Austin Gregg and the production crew, as well as Patrick Garber by my side. I'm Rob Smith, signing off. Thanks so much.